What's good? What's good? It's the one, the only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. The boy AB he just did an interview. Shout out to the Porterway podcast, man. Huge fan of Sean Porter, bro. Man, just in his podcast is great, bro. Shout out to them. Adrien Broner, they just recently had Adrien Broner on there. Adrien Broner kind of exposed some things with the PBC and his career. So we are going to get in it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
What do the fighters got to do to make it happen? What do the promoters got to do to make it happen?
Man, first of all, the fighters got to get a real promoter. Cause I ain't like I said, I don't want to down talk Al Heyman and the way he run his business because he changed my life.
Because even Eddie and Bob, their top guys only fight twice a year too, so it's across the sport.
But what they doing to us fighters is fucked up. Like, you got to think. Charlo he's a unified world champion. He ain't fought in 18 months. These are good years off their career that they can be busy. And it's like, I go get a deal where I'm fighting 3 times in 1 year. Guaranteed 8 figures. Like, unheard of.
Hey, AB, is it
unheard of?
Hey, AB, is it my problem if coming from a fighter's perspective, if I'm making, let's say, $5 million, and like you said, I can fight whatever, and you want to pay me less to fight a killer, at the end of the day, it's about taking care of my family and friends and people like that. The fans gonna be upset, but at the end of the day, it's about taking care of you first.
Man, hey, in this boxing thing, what a lot of people don't know, this is the loneliest sport in the world, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like we the only ones that really got to deal with all of the real problems. Like, once that door closed, nobody there behind you.
Mm-hmm.
You the only one walking in that ring. You the only one taking these shots. You the only one cutting this weight like this. You the only boxing is the loneliest sport in the world, and I can see why guys like a Sean Porter was like, all right, fuck this shit, I'm done.
Yeah.
I done did this. Because you got to think, fighters like us, we start at 6 to 8 to, you know what I mean? For the rest of our lives, we just beating our body down every day.
How much longer you think you got in the game?
Man, honestly, if I do right, well, once I do right, I know I'm gonna do right because I ain't fucking this up. But after these 3 fights, I can be done with boxing for good, bro.
Now, I want to touch on something that Adrien Broner said about the PBC, and this is definitely a true statement, okay? So, first and foremost, man, I definitely understand. Like, I've always felt like that was like one of the main issues I had with the PBC is that the fighters are not active enough. And what's sad is these fighters are in their primes. However, like you had Jamal Charlo, who hasn't fought since 2021, last year, like last year during Juneteenth. Now, granted, Jamal Charlo has had some issues outside of the ring. For y'all that don't know, Jamal Charlo was like going through legal custody, and I guess he's divorcing his wife. They're going through a lot of things right now. So, some of that is not on, the PBC. Jamal has some things he needs to clear before he can even get his mind right to step back in the ring. However, this is still, even before that, it's still a big issue. You got Jamal Charlo, one of my favorite fighters, who just became undisputed in May of this year and is not fighting until January. It's like the PBC has this thing where it's like, bro, somebody will fight like in March and then we won't see them till like January of next year, or somebody will fight like even last year, bro. Like last year, Jamel fought Brian Castano in July, and then they didn't have the rematch until May of this year. Well, granted that the rematch was supposed to be in March, but Castano got injured, so they pushed it back. But that's still a big problem to me, bro. It's like, bro, these guys are fighting literally the PBC schedule. It's like they're fighting like once every month, which makes it like once every full calendar year. Keith Thurman, that's his own fault. I can't even really get on. And Gary Russell the same. But you got guys like the bigger stars, man. Like Errol Spence. Errol Spence fought once last year? I mean this year. You know what I'm saying? Like what, you know, and then before, well, you know, he had injuries as well. But again, bro, like, it's just like that schedule is like, bro, these guys are fighting 1 to 2 times a year, and these guys are in the prime of their career, bro. Like, you know, if they're a little bit over the hill, you know, then okay, cool. But these guys are in the prime of their career. They need to be active. And that's another thing that that's going on is like one of the things that what's his name that Anthony was saying on the Portaway podcast. Again, shout out to them. It's like where Floyd Mayweather actually said this a long time ago. People accused Floyd Mayweather of hating. He stated that these fighters are getting paid too much to fight the level of opponents that they're fighting. Now, I agree with that. And people thought that Floyd was hating, but it's like, where's the motivation? At this point, it's like, where's the motivation to get the big fights? If they're making 2 to 3 million fighting Joe Blow, where's the motivation to fight a top-notch guy and just to make the same paycheck? You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me, y'all. So it's like, it's at the end of the day, it's like, bro, I definitely agree. I definitely agree. But at the same time, AB can't really, you know, well, he can't really talk about that because he's getting paid, you know, I guess handsomely to fight Ivan Redcash or whatnot in a fight that I'm about to get into right after this next point. The last thing that I wanted to touch on was with AB saying that basically after these three fights, he could possibly be done from boxing, which I don't see being a problem at all, man. Listen, the man is a champion in multiple weight classes. You know, his time has come and it is when I don't see him beating Regis Prograis at this point. But you know, his time is come and gone, bro. Adrien Broner, you know, a champion at, you know, dominating 130, 135. Skipped 140, moved up to 147, fought Paulie Malignaggi, got the WBA belt, then go back down to 140 and got the belt, got the vacant, I can't remember which one it was. I don't know if it was the vacant WBA, vacant WBC. It was one of those. I know it wasn't the WBO, at least I think, but he's had a hell of a career, you know. Very nothing too consistent. But he's done good for himself to promote himself or whatnot. I honestly think that AB should retire after these 3 fights, man. He's brought a lot of controversy and a lot of interest to the sport of boxing. We cannot deny the fact that Adrien Broner was an entertaining guy. All right, in and out of the ring, Adrien Broner is an entertaining person. So we can't sit here. He was good for the sport. People don't like him, but people got to realize that stuff is good for the sport, bro. Like those fighters with the personalities, that's good for the sport. So we can't deny that. Honestly, after Ivan Redcash, Adrien Broner is talking about fighting Regis Prograis. Again, I don't see him beating Regis Prograis. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is no hate, but this is just me being honest, bro. I do not be surprised if Adrien Broner doesn't even get past Ivan Redcash. Now, a lot of times you got to understand, and this is one thing I've always wanted to say to AB. Like, bro, it's like he gets upset when like some of the media, like basically kind of writes him off or whatnot. But it's like, bro, the example is like, bro, if I'm playing basketball and I pass you the ball 9 times and you airball every time, why am I gonna keep passing you the ball? Hell, after 3 times I pass you the ball and you airball, I'm not finna just keep feeding you the ball to score. You know, like, so it's just like with AB, like, bro, you're putting on these piss poor performances that's causing people to say, like, I don't think AB's gonna do it. Like, that's why it's like his last fight against Santiago, I thought that he lost. Okay, Santiago outlanded him like 200 punches to Adrien Broner's 91. Now, when AB lets his hands go, oh my goodness, it is a beautiful thing to see. But the problem is he doesn't do that enough. I almost think it's because AB ballooned so much up in weight that he's not in the shape that he really should be in. So I don't necessarily, I'm gonna be watching this fight nervous because I love AB. I want AB to win, but I'm gonna be nervous in this fight, which is good because it brings excitement to me. So let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. Do you see Adrien Broner becoming a 5-time world champion? Do you even see him getting past Ivan Redcash? Should AB go ahead and hang it up? But what do I know?